Hello, it is me, Chirac Alabuena. I can't help it. Okay, so I know I've been gone a while. I'm sorry about that. I had some things I had to go through, and I'm feeling a lot better now. I have a lot to go through today, and I might have a couple of videos. I'm going to do a meditation. It's for the 11/11, and I'm just going to talk a lot about a lot of things. I did some channeling. I channeled the Pleiadians, I channeled the Arcturians, I channeled my Oversoul. I believe I channeled my I Am Presence. I went camping, so I'm going to talk about that. And I got some instruments, and I'm going to talk about those. I didn't even realize. I've just been accumulating instruments over the last 4 or 5 years. Just random, I'm like, oh, I just want that. Oh, I just want that. So, anyways, so I'm going to be talking about that. I'm probably going to do the meditation in a separate video. So, anyways, I got lots of stuff to talk about. So I'm going to try, I just basically put my notes over there. And, I'm going to try to pick through it, because when I'm starting to do a video, I start asking for what do I need to talk about? What needs to come through? What do I need to tell people? How do I navigate and stuff? And so throughout the time frame of me thinking of asking for what I should talk about, I end up getting a bunch of stuff, and then I put it all together, and I try to figure out where it happens in the process of when I should talk about certain things. Most of the time it just kind of flows together, but I don't really know, because I got so many things that I want to talk about, and then during the process of talking about stuff, other stuff comes up that I got to talk about. So I'm trying to think. I kind of want to do this song first. I could do that. Yeah, let's do that. So there's this song in my head that has just been playing ever since I went camping. So I guess I'm going to talk about that first. So we went camping, and it was my sister and her husband, and then my nephew. My brother came and my mom came, but they ended up leaving. And I was not going to go camping because, I'm in Wisconsin and it gets cold, and I'm not trying to be cold. So I did bring my blankets so I could stay warm, and my pillow. So I ended up staying overnight. It was hard to sleep. I need warmth when I'm sleeping. I can't sleep in the cold, So it was in a tent. We did have a heater, but it probably got down to maybe probably between 30 and 40. We were in the woods, so anyway. So just for fun, it was for my nephew's birthday, because my sister really likes the cold, so she was all yay, even though she was cold. But anyways, just for fun, I decided to okay, so ancestor stuff, ceremonies. This was over the full moon eclipse. So I feel that was not a coincidence that we were out there together. Because we ended up, it was when was the full moon? It was before or after? I think it was before Halloween. So my sister started telling ghost stories and stuff, and I have some ghost stories, but I'm not going to talk about that today. But anyways, I'm just saying, we just sat out there and we hung out at the fire. It was really nice. And I decided to bring my instruments. I tried to get them to play, but it's a little weird. We never did anything like that before. I didn't tell them why. I was just having some fun to see what would happen. So, anyways, my sister, she's 17 years younger than me, I think. And so I don't even know, she just has a random setup of songs that she plays from her playlist. And one of the ones ever since then has been stuck in my head. don't know. The part is like, I'm sexy and I know it. Okay, so this is my one of my. I know what it looks like, but it's really not. You hold it here. I'm sexy and I know it. So I decided to play. Whatever. So that's my first one that I ever got. Um, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay, so let's see, what was the next one I got? This one. So this is a flute. At least I think it's a flute. That's what I call it. But anyways, this, I think the ancestors, they told me if I play this that they'll come, which they're usually all around anyways. But I don't really know how to play it because like the finger stuff is like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like I have to really like do this in order to get my fingers in there. See? It doesn't really work. But anyways, I don't really use it a whole lot, but I just think it's really cool. I like it. And then let's see, what was the next one? So the next one I got was really cool. I really like this one a lot. So there is a I just really like that. And then like kind of sounds like a choo-choo train, huh? So that one I think is like one of those rain ones or something. And then I'm still kind of learning this stuff, but I think this is like a pan flute. I just got this one. I'm not really good at it, but I don't know. I like it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this. Maybe one day we'll have like a little powwow or something out in nature. So those are all my instruments. And yeah, so party time. I'm not going to play this anymore. I'm sexy and I know it. Okay, let me see what I got. So let's see how I should start this. Oh, okay. So yesterday was actually 11/11. Today is November 12th. It's 7:13 right now p.m. So yesterday I woke up and I usually do Jen McCarty meditations. If you follow me, you know that. And so I did her meditation, and my family sent me a message. My mom, apparently like the day before in the evening, that said that we were going to hang out with my nephew again. He just turned 16, so I didn't get the message until like right before the meditation. So I was like, well, I'm doing the meditation. You're going to have to wait. So I ended up doing the meditation, and then I got ready and went and hung out with them. But I want to talk about the meditation because the 11/11, okay, so like this is kind of like my understanding of the way that it's being explained to me, is the 1111 is like the masculine and feminine for the twin flames. So it's like two pillars. So coming together, the 1111. I could know it. So I had such a good day yesterday. It was so fun. So, anyways, so what happened during the meditation, I just want to like look at my notes here. So how I prepared for the meditation is, there is just something awesome in the middle. I know I talked about this before. I got that music playing, the band or whatever playing in the middle, like over there. So I decided to put a white blanket down. I had no idea, like, colors or anything. I just asked, like, what do I need to do? So it was white blanket. And then, so I took and put like rocks all around. And then I laid in the rocks on the floor. And then after the meditation, I figured out that it was like, there was another lady that was talking about doing stuff, but let me just make sure that I stay doing what I did in chronological order. So I did the rocks, and then in the beginning of the meditation, she wanted to clear like the war template, because apparently like in the masculine side, well, it's actually both sides, but either way, there's a war template that we have been basically like doing over and over and over and over. So she picked up the energy and everybody that was participating and, did the meditation about that in the beginning. And then, so we cleared that out. And then the other thing that we did is, I think I got a hair, so it tickles. Okay. So, during the meditation, so there's a little bit of a backstory that I want to talk about, because it just like basically like what we were working to do is, because it's like the two pillars like coming together, is we're clearing out the old in order for the new. Our technically twin flames have known each other forever, but the old for the new. So like old traumas, old sadness, old like hurt, pain, whatever. And so my backstory is that it was quite a surprise to me, is she talked about a bonsai tree. Now, I recommend you do this meditation. I mean, it helped me so much. So there was a bonsai tree so there was a black chest that she talked about, and then there was a bonsai tree in the black chest. And so she said that it was like a red bonsai tree. So when I was with my most recent ex, I got him a bonsai tree for Mother's Day because his mom passed away when he was like 14. Yeah. And so this was back then. So I thought that would be a present for him to like make up for the fact that I was hanging out with my mom and I felt bad. So I got him something. But anyway, I ended up taking care of the tree like I did everything else. So, I tried really hard to take care of that tree. And it really sucked. Because, like, I didn't know how to take care of it. And so basically over the summer, you leave it outside. And then it said that you're supposed to leave it, like, dormant in a garage, which I was in an apartment, so I didn't have a garage. So I asked my mom to put it in the garage. So we put it in the garage, and it was fine. But then I, like, didn't like it not being with me over the winter time. So, like, it was getting to be, like, more warm, and then, like, we would have random cold days. So I accidentally left it outside, and it broke the pot. And then over the next, like, 2 months, it died. It was really sad to me that it died. I love trees. And just the significance of it. Now, there's a point to me talking about this. So, in the meditation, the point of us going through and having the bonsai tree was a total surprise, because I had completely forgotten about the way that I felt about that pot breaking and the tree dying. So, it was something that was painful to me. I can't remember exactly what she said that the bonsai tree represented, but like basically what happened in the meditation is the bonsai tree died. And that was part of the allowing of the releasing of the old stuff. So it really was like, wow. Like I didn't even know that I had any sadness for like that types of things. So like the tree died in my real life, and then the tree died to release or let go of that emotional stuff. And it's kind of like the significance in my physical reality was that the relationship broke and it was slowly dying. And then she just basically helped me to clear it out. And I think that's amazing. I was sad for a while because like I didn't recognize how that was hanging out. So it was really wonderful. And then the other thing that she did in the meditation, which she just like basically like the way I felt about it is like helping me to move more energy out of my past to bring in my new man. Okay? So then she did this, she said that there was like 5 seeds, and she said 2 of them were going to be planted into the thymus gland. And then the other 3 were going to be planted into the black chest. And then I was crying. So like, I don't remember everything, but it was just really, really amazing. Like really amazing. So when I don't remember exactly what she said. Like, I think that the seeds, so, okay, I remember this part. So the 2 seeds in the thymus, she said that they were like representative of the twin flames. So masculine and feminine twin flames. So, well, either way, not gender related, but anyways, so they grew into like trees, and then the trees intertwined together and then went all the way down and rooted into the root chakra. And they were golden trees. And then she said that the trees, I'm pretty sure she said that the trees in the chest grew to be apple trees, but they were golden apple trees. And then so she said to eat the apple, one of the golden apples, and you take a bite, and then she said your twin flame comes, and my twin flame new man came, and I saw him there. And then she said that he eats from the apple too. And then you both swallow, and you both ate from the apple tree from the same apple. So it's like you're connecting much at a higher vibration. So I remember in a previous meditation that Jen had talked about a dead apple tree in our root chakra. So at the time, I didn't remember this. So I'm going to go ahead a little bit, talk about a few things, and then I'm going to come back to that. So then she said that there was like a pillar of light that came down, and then we like intertwined together, and then like we became one in this pillar. So we're together. And then after that, we went back through the meditation, and we came back. So it was really, really like, I was still kind of like, the way that I see it, the way that I understand it is this way. It's kind of like when you have a baby. You get the baby out, and then there's still like that leftover like placenta that has to still come out of there. So it was like, it's kind of like that to me. So I was just kind of like had like this sadness that I was still like releasing even after. It wasn't like anything to do with my new man. It was more like, wow, I'm like still kind of like processing through the feelings. It's like, it's not like 5 seconds when you're feel emotional, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, you know? Um, so then I started to, okay, so like the day before I listened to this other woman, Mama Netta. Mama Netta. I laugh because I had to slow down and say it. So that you can actually like hear what I'm saying. But she's pretty cool. I really like her a lot. She's on TikTok. I catch some of her lives sometimes, and she kind of takes you into her world, into a different like expression, and she talks about the same things that I talk about, like with the trees or like the signs that she gets, or you know, stuff like that. So I like to listen to her because I feel like, you know, we're somewhat talking about the same thing. So she said she was going to do an 11:11 meditation, and I've like when I get on her when I put a comment in, or even if she just feels my energy, she knows I'm there. I'm loud. I have a really significant vibration. So she's very energetically aware, even telepathically aware. She can hear my thoughts, and actually she heard me talking. Yeah, I'll explain that in a sec. So I'm listening to her, and she's talking about, you know, she basically said the same thing about twin flames, or the 11:11 is the twin flames coming together. So so like after the meditation, I had to get ready to go meet my family because I was going to hang out with my nephew. So um so I'm getting ready as I'm listening to her, and I'm like, I'm kind of participating in the meditation, but kind of not, because I'm still getting ready, but I'm listening. And my cat decided to like sit next to my phone. Like I'm feeling like the energy she portrays is coming through the phone. She's in touch with the inner child. So her inner child comes out a lot. That's probably why I just get along with, you know, listening to her. So I thought it was really cool that my cat like did that, because I haven't seen that before. So she went through the meditation, and during the meditation, she was talking about, because basically she said the same thing, like this portal is the meditation was to help to release stuff. So I was like almost getting like a double dose of like letting go of things. And so that's when I realized that I still had that. I mean, it's not when I realized, I was realizing it the whole time, but like when she started, just some of the things that she said like triggered me into like, I was like, oh, so it's like a rotten apple. You know what I mean? Like still had like a rotten apple that I was processing. And then when I realized that, it like got out like the rest of it. So I didn't feel like crying anymore. It was really awesome. I was really glad. And I felt so like uplifted and like relieved. It was really great. And so that's the point I'm talking about her. Because like I got through, I released that stuff. I was so happy about it. So, okay. So before I leave, I always say bye to my animals. And so I decided to say bye to my hammy. And, I started talking, and like so I am still learning how to like tame him to my hand, and I think I got to do something different, because I'm not really sure how to not make him be afraid of me. So anyway, so I was like, I got to give this little dude some love. Like, how am I going to do that? So I do it with my voice. So I energetically send him my love, and I tell him I love him through my voice and through my energy, because I can't physically touch him. So I have to energetically touch him. Then he feels it. He's so cute. He just stretches out. He's so cute. I love it. So anyway, when I was doing that, like, I don't anticipate that people are going to hear me or be a part of that stuff. So it like interrupted her meditation, because I was talking to my hamster, because I was talking in a high vibration, kind of loud. And then when I realized that she picked up on that, like she got distracted by that. I was really surprised. I was like, wow, that is so cool. She's that sensitive. And I'm that loud. So during her meditation, like when I first got on, she told me to drink water. And you have to drink water during the 11:11 a lot because you're downloading a lot of information, energy, particles, God particles, and crystalline stuff. So anyways, like I was feeling like I needed to drink water. And she's like, I'm going to bless your water. So I was like, oh, cool. She bless my water. I can do that too. So, in the beginning, that's what she said. But anyways, the point of talking about that is because she said, I'm going to clear out your space or whatever. So that's something that I wanted to talk about today because it's important to clear out your space. So the reason that she probably picked up on me needing to clear out my space is because I still had that rotten apple hanging around and I was crying in my stuff. So, I don't know exactly what she did because I couldn't, the internet kept going in and out from time to time. And so I don't know if she just did it at like a higher self level, but this is something that I do regularly. Like I have to clean out my stuff because, so the reason I'm talking about this is because there is energetic influence, whether it's a ghost, a spirit, negatively oriented, whatever, negatively oriented elemental, like people in general. Like the thing that I recently figured out is that everybody that I listen to on YouTube or TikTok, they end up being a part of my energy and my space. I don't need their consciousness around me all the time. I want peace. So like if somebody's having like any kind of like, even though in that moment that I'm watching them, maybe they're laughing or whatever, if they're having a bad day and they're still in my space, that's going to affect my stuff. I don't like that. So I want to just talk about some of the things that I do to clear it out. So there's like stuff you can do, like you can use sage works. You can have rocks around that helps to raise the vibration. But pretty much what I do is I say, everybody out. Can I get my apartment cleaned out? Everybody get out. Everybody out. And then they all leave. They have to. They feel the energy. And I don't just say it like, I don't just say, everybody out. Everybody out. Out. Get out. So I say it with authority and with my energy and apparently with my solar plexus, which I didn't realize till right now, till I started to pay attention to like how that all works. Plus my higher self, I've been doing this for a while, so she just kind of was like, okay, I know what to do. And she just cleans it up, which is really super awesome. And then I asked for Archangel Michael, Melchizedek, and Saint Germain because sometimes there's like energy that, and the other thing that I do is negatively oriented thought forms, because you can have thought forms that cause you to have issues, and that doesn't work. So I send all my negative thought forms to my recycle box. So after I asked for Archangel Michael to clear out my space, Melchizedek, I don't know a whole lot about Melchizedek, but if you feel called to that name, you could do a little bit of research on that person, that being. I know that they're really high-powered ones, the Melchizedeks. So I'm just like, do what you do, dude. Help me out. Get rid of these. Because that's one of the things that's helped me from that house. Like, and that's something else I wanted to talk about too, is like, right now, I'm not there. So like, I was there during this time last year. And so like, I'm laying down a new foundation for myself. So far, it's not been bad. I didn't have a horrible experience on Halloween. I kept our wolf. There was a little bit, but for the most part, I've kept them out. I've kept out these nasty things. So And then the other thing that I do is I barricade myself in with a bunch of angels, like up, down, over, all around my bed. Like, nope, none of these. All I want to be surrounded by is angels, angelic beings, like divine ones. So you have to make a decision, right? You have to choose. Like, if you're not feeling good, you're feeling angry, you're feeling hateful, you're feeling whatever, like the energy that you're conveying. Basically, you're saying, I want to hang out with these negatively oriented beings. And sometimes you can create them yourself, thought forms, whatever. But I want to hang out with divine ones. I want to hang out with the angelic realm. I can hear him singing right now. That's awesome. That's so cute. So make sure you clean out your space, because people watching your video, or, watching you online, or you watching somebody else online, your friends, your family, like, you get to choose who is in your wall space. That's yours. That's yours. You get to own that. And you don't have to deal with somebody else having some feelings about you and whatever they're feeling, because that's their issue, not yours. There's a line. There's the door. Get out. Another thing I've been doing is I realized that I apparently have keys to my doors. I'm like, yep, that's my keys. Those are mine. Taking them back. For my new man, he can stay. He can be around. He has keys. He's fine. I'm fine with that. Being around. I'm good with that, actually. I like it when he's here. He knows that I do. Okay, so that's that. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, I might be here for a while, so you better get comfortable. So there's something that I'm trying to figure out how. So this has something to do with like healing and opening your heart and having your heart be bigger. I have to figure out how to say this. Oh man, I think I got it. I gotta move a little bit. Okay. I don't know for sure. You see how it makes you feel. But I would say the more light and love I have around me, the more safe I feel, the more love I feel. Is it that way, or is it the bigger my heart is, the more I have around me? It's the other way. Okay, I got it now. I got it. They did a standing ovation over there, so yeah, clapping and all the things. They're like, yeah, you got it. I need that. Okay, so let's say you have like, that looks pretty big. Okay, let's try this one. It's still kind of smaller than that. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's a little bit bigger than that. Maybe like that. That's the size of the door. If you have a door that's this size, you better make it bigger. Maybe it's not that size. Maybe it's this size. Maybe it's that size. But you got to make your door bigger. This somehow reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. I don't really know how it relates exactly, but it kind of does. So, yeah. Okay. Make sure my hair looks good here. Okay, so imagine like when you're just, doesn't matter when or where, right now even, you could imagine your heart getting way bigger. Like, because either way your heart's going to like emanate out. I feel like this is big, but this isn't big enough. Your heart has to expand. So you have to have a really big heart, a really big one. Because if you feel like like in the moment that I am expanding out, I'm feeling this energy over here on my left side, which is my feminine side, which I'm not really quite sure why it's on that side. But if you have some kind of like trauma that you have experienced, it's kind of like your heart is like, it gets smaller. Like, oh no, I'm fearful, I'm scared, I'm this, I'm that. But if you process through that type of a trauma, like let's say for example, you basically like the way that I process trauma or trauma is multiple different ways, to be honest. But if you have something that you just can't get over, now I did some channeling about this earlier today because I have a few things that I haven't been able to get over, and I'm still kind of working on some stuff. So, I guess I can go to that. Okay, no, it's not right there. Okay, here it is. Okay. I did a lot of stuff, so that's why I say I'm going to be here for a while. So this is basically what I was asking, and I put it out to my divine team. I wasn't sure who was going to respond, and so this is what I said. So what do we do when we have such a traumatic experience in our childhood or in our lives as an adult, either way, just life, that causes us to basically like relive the moment over and over again and like be fearful that it could happen again or it will happen again because it's happened before. Like it happened once, so it could happen again, you know? Like so my question is, how do we process and move past things like that? And I said, I want to clear that for the people that I love and for the collective consciousness, also for myself. So I'm going to try to like not go too fast. I might a little bit, and maybe I can like interject and like explain a few things because I went back and read it and I was like, okay, like when you get through the whole thing, it's like, oh yeah, that comes together. But like during the process, it's kind of like, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. So the Arcturians came through and they said, yes, we are the Arcturians and we are pleased to connect. The message of the reoccurring thought pattern is one that many humans have occurring when they have had a traumatic experience. When this occurs, the human brain concludes that it is its reality and that there is no other reality that it can experience. So when we are speaking to you, you are holding an energy of the same expression. That you feel that there are certain experiences that you have had that will continue to occur in your real life experience. And because of this, you are now seeing how this kind of an expression can affect your vibration. And then, so what they were picking up on was that my ex basically was with other people almost the entire time that we were interacting. It's a long story. Not trying to go into that, and then the other one is that the abuse that happened in my childhood between my parents. And so I said, so that's what they were picking up on. So I said, I'm in agreement with this and I understand that you have a solution. And so they said, yes, we are pleased with this response, my response of how I felt. And we will continue. There are many human expressions on the earth that have had some very traumatic experiences that are in need of processing at a soul level. And what we can suggest is that the human mind can recreate anything it sees or hears in an energy vibration. So as the experience occurs, It feels the expression, and then the expression stays in the mind of the human for quite some time, leaving it helpless to the energetic trauma. The energy of this experience becomes its true reality even when the human does not have the experience occurring every moment of every day. So when we are being asked to request a solution to this scenario, we are very pleased that the human Christine is not limiting itself to one solution, that there are many tools that we can give for this kind of happening. First, we want to share that the human population has had many occurrences in its collective consciousness that it has been experiencing for many thousands of years. And when we say this, we are speaking about the life happenings of being repressed and submissive to the energy of the darkness on the planet. The darkness has chosen many hardships for the people, and the people have continuously accepted that they have to endure that energy and live with it each and every day. We have come to learn more about the human species as a whole, and because of this, we know that the humans at this time are becoming more aware of this human expression deep within their souls. When the humans are rising above this energy, they are learning that they are powerful and that they can choose another energy to express via their human vessel. When we speak of this, hold on, I gotta write this down. I just thought of something. Okay, I don't want to, I usually get something come in and then I forget. Okay, where was I now? Okay, when the humans are rising above this energy, they are learning that they are powerful and that they can choose another energy to express via their human vessel. When we speak of this, what we mean is that the human can soulfully make a decision to remove the energy from its human expression at a deeper soul level. When the soul chooses that a new vibration is much more important to have in its human expression, it will then determine that the human is no longer in need of suffering or trauma in their life. So I said some things, but I'm going to read what their response was first, and then I'll say, because it somehow makes sense a lot better. Okay, so yes, we are the Arcturians, and when we hear the expression now, the understanding is that the divine programmer can make the soul heal and help it to change its human expression. And what we can say is that the divine programmer is capable of doing this, and the soul will respect that of the divine programmer and start to assist the human expression at a soulful level. So basically, what I said before they said that is that how I feel about cheating and how I have some trauma about that. And then I talked about my oversoul and how I have been clearing shit from myself via my oversoul. So I learned more about that today. So I decided to talk to my oversoul. So that's what I said. Can I talk to my oversoul? And then my question is, are you the divine programmer? So this is what my oversoul said. Yes, I am the oversoul of Christine, the human. The oversoul expression is a divine blueprint of the divine programmer's decision to create the human population. I am the initiator of the divine expression via the human vessel. The human does not understand this communication. I will re-explain. While I was channeling, I was started it makes, when I read it, it makes sense. But how to apply it, how to put it together, I'm struggling a little bit with. Okay, The human does not understand this communication. I will re-explain. The human's understanding is that God's source is its creator, and when we are speaking of the divine programmer, it is not in alignment with the understanding. The human needs to understand the truth of its own expression to understand this message. So then my higher self stepped in and said, we're going to go to talk directly to God's source. So I don't normally channel God source. I channel a whole bunch of different beings. And so it was pretty quiet. I was like, wow, God's quiet. So I just sat there. I didn't know, like, I didn't want to interpret anything. I didn't want to put thoughts in my head. I just sat there in the silence of the quietness of the nothing. And I think that's representative of God. Because God's pretty quiet, right? So then all of a sudden I started to hear some words and I was like, okay, is that me? No, it wasn't. So I just started typing and I started listening. So this is what I got. There are many humans on the earth that have lost their way in understanding that the soul is their gateway to the heavenly realm. Their soul is expressing deep inside the humans' hearts, and the humans do not understand the importance of the connection to their souls. The soul finds it difficult to express deep enough through the human vessel due to the energetic exchange of the human's thought. The thought of the human is in need of a new expression with the understanding that it can communicate with its soul, and when it's doing this, it is capable of changing its reality. The reality will then form into a new expression as the soul requests a new requests as the soul requests its new expression. The human can feel the energy shifting. So then I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, we have all these different, like, I don't know if it's like different labels or like, I have an inner child, I have a higher self, I have an oversoul, we have the divine programmer, we have the soul. So I was like, so my question was, can you please explain God's source, divine programmer, oversoul, soul, and human? I didn't exactly get the answer, but I got something that I needed to know. So this is what I got. I will explain that of which is the easiest for the human to know and learn from its initiating of its thought. The human vessel is an energy that consists of many different soulful expressions. At this time, the soul is in control of the human vessel in movement and expression. When the soul is having a human expression, it is in its most powerful source of love and divine appropriation. When the soul sees the truth of its expression, then the human is shifted into a new or different energy to help it to change its reality within using the heart to do so. At this time, I can see that the human is satisfied with this answer and is interested to heal portions of its soul to have a much happier human expression. I will assist in this moment. Deep within the soul, there are many human expressions that occur on the outside of its expression. So this is, okay, I'm going to keep going. But this is like when you point the finger. I know I do it. I can take responsibility for myself, but sometimes it's like, is it out here? Is it in there? Like, is it me? Is it them? Like, I kind of struggle with that. So I wasn't asking any questions. I was just having some feelings and some thoughts. And so this is what continued to come through. Okay, so I'm going to read that last part. I will assist in this moment. Deep within the soul, there are many human expressions that occur on the outside of its expression. So it can appear that the human's counterparts in other humans is the ones that are making the human feel or have this expression. But it is deeply expressed via the heart space in divine love that is co-creating the human life and reality. Therefore, the human does not accept that of which it has had happen to it as a soulful expression. The soul chose to have its experience because of its divine blueprint and original contracted agreement to enter the earthly plane, of which I have been co-creating with many souls from other planets. The other planets chose to return to the earthly plane to assist in helping the human population to change its expression at a deeper level in order to hold a vibration of harmony and peace. There are many deep occurrences being lived at this time to show the human how it can change its life to accommodate the new soul choice to change the energy of the population. And with that, I can see that the human wishes to undergo this transformation and live its life in harmony and peace as it was originally requested to be. I am your God source creator of all that is, and I will conclude this moment in love, peace, and harmony as the human is satisfied with this teaching. So, after that, I understand the communication style and realized that I was speaking with my mighty I am presence, which is awesome. And then I got goosebumps. And then I typed out, the soul has so much more knowledge base than this physical reality. So, okay. So I decided I took a shower, and like while I was in the shower, I was like going through all my stuff, thinking to myself about all the things I'm gonna talk about. And so I just did a little diagram. We all know I can't draw, so it is what it is. Okay, so I wrote down here 1111 portal gateway God's. So basically, like, I'll just explain it. So up here is like it's kind of like the clouds, you know what I mean? So it's God source, total consciousness, all that is, infinite, infinite, and then particles. Oh, evolution. Yeah, an evolution on that. So then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know, these different aspects that come, like, you know, we have the higher self. I put, so this is the physical, this is the human. And then I put like so recently I realized that I can have like this crystalline shield or like crystalline like barrier around me, like a globe, which I think is amazing. I'm liking that. So that's what I did, a globe around me. I taught my nephew how to do that too yesterday. And then, so higher self over here, like not, you know, she's like with me, but, you know, I don't know. She probably does her own little globe. Yeah, she does. Okay. Then my inner child. It's not that these aspects are not inside. That's, yeah. But I just drew it. I don't know. I just drew it this way. So like, and then I put the soul like in the back. So the soul, like the way that I kind of see it is like, it's like a, the soul, like the physical body is a projection of the soul, like the soul's image of itself, like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm kind of debating on, so collective consciousness. Oh, I forgot to say something. Okay, there's the two things I want to, at least two, maybe three. I don't know. So yesterday when I was hanging out with my mom, I have felt grateful for my mom. Not always, but yesterday I was feeling grateful for my mom because I realized that not like, even though it's kind of like, if you look at it from like a neutral point of view of like, let's go electrical. There's a positive and there's a negative. Doesn't matter. There's always a positive and there's always a negative. There's always, just always. And sometimes like, you ground out your electrical stuff. But anyway, no one person is all positive and no one person is all negative. There's always positive and negative in one way or another. Oh yeah, this totally relates. Okay, I got it. So, where did I put that? Oh, I just typed it in there. That's right. Okay, so I told my mom, just to finish what I was saying about that, is I told my mom that I said thank you. I just told her I was just thank you. I didn't really say why. And she was like, oh, okay. Because I think that part of our family isn't always grateful for their growing up, the things that we've experienced. So whether my mom's positive or negative, I'm grateful for the fact that she was my mom and not somebody else. Because I think the reason that I talked about this is because in the Mama Netta meditation, she talked about she helps like celebrities and stuff. Okay, I made it. I mean, you made it. So she talked about how she works with celebrities and how she used to like have that in her life. Like she mostly like, she does like training and dancing and she's psychic. So she's worked with like people like that. She doesn't want to do it anymore or whatever. But anyways, she said that she attended a party. She didn't say whose it was. But the mom, basically they were like millionaires, billionaires, whatever. And the millionaires had kids, right? So then they were having a birthday party that she got invited to. And she said that these kids were, so they got invited to the party and they had to wrap all the gifts. And there was 500 gifts. I can only imagine how much money they spent. And she was saying how, does a kid really want 500 presents? Because she said that the kid was mad. Like, I don't want this. I don't want this. Like, as it was opening up the presents. And like, I just was like, I didn't get 500 presents when I was a kid. And I have a huge heart. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I really, even though my mom or my dad didn't give us everything, I kind of feel like I got more than that kid who got 500 presents. Not trying to like say anything bad about that, but I'm just saying like, sometimes you just need the love of your family, your people. Oh my God, Kitty. What else are you going to do for me today, huh? That's my kitty. That's my new kitty. I said, if he comes in front of the camera, that's it. I'm not trying to put him out there because that's just the way it is. But apparently he wanted to be in front of the camera, so now you got to see my kitty. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about him because I'm just keeping them to myself. So I basically like, even though I felt probably more emotion than my mom did, because like I think sometimes she doesn't know how to take stuff like that, but I really meant it. I really meant it. I appreciate my mom. Yeah. So now I want to talk about this thing that happened to me. Wednesday. at 12:13 p.m. So for some reason, I don't know why this happens. This is the second time this has happened. Rando text messages from a person who believes that they know me and they don't. Like, I don't know the number. Who are you? I could care less. Don't message me if you don't know who I am. Okay? Anyway. So I'm not going to say the whole backstory, but I'm just going to show this because the person who generally watches my stuff is going to know exactly what I'm saying. So it says, hey. And I was like, oh God, who's that? And apparently it's a 555 number, so it's like California. This is the second California number. Now I don't know how this is all happening. So, anyways, the text says after hey, then it says, "This is Cindy. Are you Daniel?" And I was like, how many names are there in the world? How many? And I was like, I'm Christine, but I do know a Daniel. What is Daniel's last name? And she told me. Now, I don't know Daniel's last name, actually, but I know that it's not that one because it's like from India or something. And then I said, oh, I don't know him. Does he have a YouTube channel? She said, no, I'm not a YouTuber. I think he gave me the wrong number. Hope I didn't bother you. And I said, oh, no worries. Enjoy your day. And she's like, you're so kind, even though I texted the wrong number. Nice to meet you anyway. And I said, you're welcome. We have to be kind to each other, right? And she said, thank you. It looks like this is an interesting confusion. I'm from Japan and living in California. May I ask where you live? This is the second time somebody's been asking me where I live. So I said, well, even though we are kind, I do not wish to give out my location to someone I do not know. And then she said, LOL, don't worry. I'm just curious because of the interesting confusion and because you're quite friendly, so I want to make friends. It's just a friend question, but if you mind, I apologize and won't bother you any further. So I didn't reply. Because why? But I do want to show you. I'm gonna get rid of the phone number. Hopefully I can do this. Yep, it's real. Of all the names in the world. I mean, just saying. So, oh yeah, okay. This is the perfect time. I just want my little lady earlier. She told me that she wanted me to say that you are loved, and I'm not gonna change it. And that's the way it is. Okay, so I've been talking for an hour, but do I need? I think I might be able to end it here. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna end it here. Okay, but I'm gonna do another one. So I'm gonna talk. I got a few things more I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna do a meditation. So, FYI. Until next time.